Hello and welcome back to another video. This is my Euros predictions, and a lot of people when they predict the Euros they just go through the groups, see who's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. But with me today I'm going to be going through every single game to get an outcome and see how the groups are going to end up. Let's just say I've predicted quite a few upsets without really knowing it. Kicking off game 1 of the tournament, Germany against Scotland. This isn't an upset. I think Germany are going to be pretty comfortable against Scotland. I can see Scotland score, and I've got Germany winning the game 3-1. I see it being pretty comfortable for Germany in that one. Moving on to the second game in that group, I'm going to go through it group by group. I see Hungary-Switzerland being a draw. I think both those teams are very, very good. People will look at Germany's group and see it as a bit of a breeze for them to get through the round of 16, but I think it's actually a really tough group. I think Scotland, for me, most people are saying they're going to be bottom. I don't know if many people are saying they're going to cause some sort of upset in this tournament, but I really don't think they will. I think they're by far and away the fourth best team in this group. I see Hungary drawing 1-1 with Switzerland. Then into Scotland, Switzerland. I see Scotland losing 3-1 to Switzerland. I just think Switzerland are a very good team. Very underrated team, and Hungary are not a bad side either. And that brings me on to my next game, Germany-Hungary. I still see Germany. They're not going to lose this game, but I just think Hungary are going to defensively perform very well, and it's going to be a 0-0 draw. Drop points for Germany. And trust me, it won't be the last, because the next game for Germany, Switzerland-Germany, I've gone with a 1-1 draw. I just don't see Germany dominating this group. I went through it game by game, and I thought these are the teams that I think can get results off Germany. I didn't think Scotland could, but I was confident Hungary and Switzerland were teams that I think can cause upsets to Germany. I do also have Hungary beating Scotland 2-1. So Scotland going pointless in the group. Switzerland actually win the group on goal difference on 5 points. Germany also on 5 points in second. And Hungary third, also on 5 points, will 100% be progressing as a third place team on 5 points. That's almost a guarantee. So yeah, Scotland, bottom of the group on rock bottom, 0 points. Moving now into Group B. This is, for many people, the group of death. Everyone thinks Albania is going to get destroyed in this group. I actually think Albania are going to cause some big upsets. I've discovered this. I knew I was giving them some shock results, but I didn't think they were going to have this big of an impact on the group. We're about to find out what impact they did have. Spain are going to beat Croatia 1-0. I think that's fair enough. I think that's a good prediction to kick things off. I think Spain are a solid team. I think Croatia are a very, very good team, but I think Spain is probably a slightly better team, and they'll come out with a 1-0 win. This brings me on to the next game, Italy against Albania. I don't know what made me have this feeling, but I just had a feeling. Albania are going to nick a result. 0-0 draw against Italy. And I also think Albania are going to nick a result against Croatia. A 1-1 draw there as well. And that brings me on to Spain, Italy. I think Spain will be comfortably the best team in this group, and they will beat Italy 3-1. So at this stage of the group, Spain, I think they're already qualified, and the others are really just dogfighting for second, because some upsets can come. They can come. But I think Spain will beat Albania 3-1, pretty much throwing Albania out of the competition. And Croatia will draw 2-2 with Italy. Croatia have a better goal difference, so Croatia takes second spot in the group. So Spain win the group on 9 points, Croatia are second on 2 points, Italy are third on 2 points, Albania fourth on 2 points, and trust me, 2 points is not great. It's looking like Italy might be knocked out of the Euros in the group stage in my predictions. Obviously I just went through game by game. I didn't really think of the repercussions this could have, these results. I was not trying to do it like that. I was trying to go through it game by game. Do I see this team doing something against this team? Maybe. And I think maybe I did too many upsets, but we will see. Anyway, into Group C, England's group. I've got England kicking it off with a 3-1 win against Serbia. I think Serbia are a good team, but I honestly have them as the worst team in this group. And that Is that harsh? Because they've got some really good players, Serbia. I just have a feeling, I mean, Denmark are always good in the Euros. And I have a feeling Denmark will be there again. But Slovenia, is it right that I'm saying Slovenia are going to have a better tournament than Serbia? I don't know. I guess we'll find out when the Euros actually kicks off. But I've got Slovenia actually nicking a draw 1-1 against Denmark. I view Denmark as a very good team in this tournament, so that is a big result for Slovenia. And I also have Denmark nicking a point off England in a 2-2 draw. I don't think England are going to go faultless in this group. I think Denmark are a very good team and can nick a result against England. And I have Slovenia comfortably beating Serbia 3-1. That takes Slovenia up to 4 points. That's then pretty much qualified. But I do have England beating Slovenia and bringing themselves up to 7, and I have Denmark beating Serbia, bringing themselves up to 5 and going unbeaten all group stage. So England win the group on 7, Denmark second on 5, Slovenia third on 4. 4's pretty much enough to qualify, and Serbia fourth with 0 points. Could be viewed as harsh. Moving on to Group D now, I view this as another really, really close group. Although I don't view Poland as actually that good of a team in this group. I think Austria are a better team, which some people would say is probably wrong. But I just don't fancy Poland anymore, especially if Lewandowski's injured, which is looking possible. I don't think even with Lewandowski they're going to be great. I do have them scoring in match day 1, losing 2-1 to the Netherlands. I think that's fair enough. And I have Austria losing 3-0 to France. So at that point, that looks like what most people would probably be predicting for the group, which is France and the Netherlands doing well and Poland not looking too bad. But then, I have Poland losing 1-0 to Austria, which is just a result I just have. I just see this result happening at the Euros. And France, I see beating the Netherlands 1-0. I think the Netherlands are going to be a very good defensive team and they'll be able to shut down France to 1 goal. But I think the Netherlands, really their attack is where they're weak, and I think they're not going to be able to score many. They're just going to be defending deep, and they will get a decent result against France. I mean, obviously it's a loss, so it's not a decent result, but you know what I mean. To only lose 1-0 to France is fair enough. I then have the Netherlands actually drawing 1-1 with Austria, though, which is a bit of an interesting result. I don't see Austria being a bad team. I really don't, and I think the Netherlands will get a result there. Which brings me on to France-Poland. I think France will finish off Poland with a 3-0 win. So France will top the group on 9 points, the Netherlands second on 4, and Austria third on 4. Again, 4 pretty much cements you through to the round of 16. Moving on now to Group E. Another really interesting group. I think Belgium will kick it off with a 3-0 win against Slovakia. Romania, I have drawing 1-1 against Ukraine. I think both those teams can cause upsets in this tournament. I don't see Romania doing a lot, but I think they can get a result against a team like the Ukraine. Slovakia-Ukraine, though, I do have Ukraine getting a result there. I think Slovakia are a decent team, but I don't think they'll beat Ukraine. I do have Belgium also being held to a draw by Romania, just like Ukraine, where I think Romania can sneak some results in this tournament. So yeah, I'm going to go for 1-1 draw there, but I do have Romania's tournament coming to a crashing end with a 1-0 defeat to Slovakia, which brings Slovakia up to 3, leaves Romania on 2, and cements that Romania will be bottom of the group. Then the battle for top spot in the group. Both of these teams on 4 points at this stage. I actually have Ukraine beating Belgium 1-0 to top Group E. So Ukraine on 7, top in the group. Second, Belgium on 4. Slovakia third on 3. And Romania fourth on 2 points. Moving on now to Group F. I have Turkey beating Georgia 3-0. I don't think Georgia is really being a big threat in this tournament. I think they could cause some little results, some little upsets, but I don't view them as a massive threat. Portugal are beating the Czech Republic 3-1. I think the Czech Republic, maybe they could score a couple goals this tournament, but they're really not going to be a massive threat in this tournament overall, I don't think. I think Portugal, a very good team, can go very deep in this tournament. And I have that continuing, that good form for Portugal with a 3-1 win against Turkey, while I have Georgia drawing 1-1 with the Czech Republic. I then have, well, before we say that, Georgia-Czech Republic drawing 1-1, that's the result for Georgia. That's where I think they'll get their first European Championship point and their first Euro goal. But the Czech Republic dropping points there is a massive loss for them, really. I do then have Georgia getting thumped 5-1 by Portugal, but I think they'll score against Portugal. A big shock for them to get that goal. It'll probably be a consolation while Portugal are cruising 5-0 up or something, but yeah, I just have a feeling Georgia could get that goal, and that'll be a goal that goes down in Georgian football history. Czech Republic, Turkey, I've got that down as a 1-1 draw, and that will finish off the Czech Republic's tournament and see Turkey progress. Well, not officially the end of the Czech Republic's tournament, but I'm assuming it will be, because we've got two teams on 2 points, Italy and the Czech Republic, who I'm assuming are out. So Portugal top in the group on 9, Turkey second on 4, Czech Republic third on 2, and Georgia bottom of the group, 4th place with 1 point. That brings me on to the 3rd place teams. I've got Hungary first. I mean, I'm not predicting this. This is just how it goes based on how I predicted the groups. Hungary top, Slovenia second, Austria third, Slovakia 4th. Those 4 are into the round of 16. But Italy and the Czech Republic are going home in the group stage. So that brings me on to the round of 16 and kicking off a very interesting game, actually. 2 teams I think can be dark horses on this tournament and go on a run. Switzerland against Denmark. Denmark, obviously, everyone views them always as some dark horse in the Euros. I don't know about them, though. I don't know. I mean, they are a good team. They're a very good team, but I think Switzerland are a very, very good team as well. And you know what? Switzerland are going to beat Denmark. They're going to win 2-1 and progress to the quarterfinals of this tournament. In the next game, Germany-Croatia, that's another very interesting game. Germany, the host nation, very good team. But Croatia have got great players. But Croatia have a bit of an ageing squad in a lot of areas. Germany kind of got a new generation of players coming through, the likes of Florian Wirtz, Musiala. I think Croatia are a good team, though. They can really hold teams, if need be, as well. I mean, this is not some Croatia team that aren't doing anything. They've been to a World Cup final. They've been to a World Cup semi-final, I believe. They were in the semis in 22, weren't they? I think Argentina beat them in the semi-finals because they knocked out Brazil. You know what, I'm going to say it's going to be a 1-1 draw, but unfortunately for Croatia, Germany will win on penalties and progress to the quarterfinals. Brings me on to game 3, Spain against Slovakia. I mean, Spain are a very good team. Slovakia, they almost went out. If they didn't beat Romania, they wouldn't be here. They were last of the 3rd place teams. I don't view Slovakia as a great team. And I think Spain will come out comfortable 3-0 winners in that game. Which brings me on to the 4th game, England against Austria. Now, Austria already a bit of an upset story to be here. Progressing in a group with Poland. A lot of people think Poland are still going to be a decent enough team and will finish 3rd in that group. Austria comfortably last for a lot of people. I don't agree with that. I think, as I said, Austria are a good team. And I think they could do something against England. But at the same time, I just feel England are going to be a bit too much for a team like Austria. It's not going to be easy for England, but I think they'll come out. I think we'll come out 2-0 winners and progress to the quarterfinals. Now on to the next game, Portugal against Hungary. Portugal a good team, but I have Hungary on a bit of an upset run. I've had them take some points off good teams already this tournament. A draw with Switzerland, a draw with Germany, beating Scotland. In fact, they're unbeaten at this stage. But I don't see them beating Portugal. Portugal are a bit too much. I think they can score and they can make life difficult for Portugal. In fact, I can see them force an extra time, but I think Portugal will come out 2-1 winners against Hungary. Next game, Netherlands against Belgium. two good teams. This is a much bigger game. This is probably the biggest game we have in the round of 16. Two very, very solid teams. Netherlands good defensively. Belgium quite weak defensively, but they've got a very solid attack. The likes of Kevin De Bruyne, Doku. They've got very good options. Leandro Trossard going forward. Defensively, not quite there as much anymore. So it's a bit of an interesting game. I just have a feeling the Netherlands, they will find that goal. Belgium, you'd think they could, but that Netherlands defence is very solid. I'm going to put it down as a 1-0 win for the Netherlands. Obviously, the news today, the Netherlands are going to be without Frankie de Jong for the tournament. But I still think they can beat Belgium and progress to the quarterfinals. That's my prediction. That's what we're going to go with. Moving on now, Ukraine versus Slovenia. Two good nations who have going underdog runs. I think they could be quite even teams, but I just think Ukraine are a bit better. But Slovenia, I think they're a good team. And they got Jan Oblak in goal. Can he make the difference for them? Which of those two countries is going to progress? It's actually a really tough one. It's a really tight game for me. If this was in the group stage, I would say it would be a draw. So I'm going to say it's going to be level and it's going to go to penalties. Then it comes down to penalties. Anything can happen on penalties. I'll say Ukraine will win on penalties because I view Ukraine as my actual dark horse for the tournament. So we will go with Ukraine. That leads us on to the final one. France against Turkey. I mean, Turkey are a solid team, but it's France after all. France will beat Turkey 3-0 and comfortably progress to the quarterfinals. So that takes us on to the quarterfinals. The first one's a very interesting game. Spain against Switzerland. As I say, I view Switzerland as actually a really good team who can cause upsets. I mean, them beating Denmark's already an upset in my eyes. So what do I think? What do I think? Can they overcome Spain? I don't think so. I think Spain have a really good team. Spain are an outside chance to win this tournament for me. But Switzerland, can Switzerland do anything against Spain? I'm going to say no. Spain will win 2-0 against Switzerland. Which brings us on to the second quarterfinal, Portugal and Netherlands. I said Belgium wouldn't be able to score past the Netherlands. So what will Portugal be able to? Portugal are a better team than Belgium, especially defensively. But Portugal got some great attacking players who could break down that Netherlands defence. I'm going to say Portugal win that game 2-1. The Netherlands will go out in the quarterfinals. Portugal on to the semi-finals alongside Spain. Which brings on to the third quarterfinal, Ukraine-France. It's France, man. France will beat Ukraine. Ukraine have gone a very good underdog run to the quarterfinals. Top in their group, winning in the round of 16. But when they face France, they will lose. And they'll lose 3-1 to France. But they will score, which is a consolation in itself. I've said it many times in this video. You score against France, it's already a very solid result. England, Germany. Oh dear. I don't see England being that good this tournament. We've got a very good team, but we've got a lot of weak areas, especially if we're going to be starting Dunk or Gahey at centre-back. We've not brought Braithwaite, we've not brought Tomori. And we are without Harry Maguire because he's gone down with an injury. If Luke Shaw's not there, we're in massive trouble. There's a lot of question marks about this England team. A lot of question marks. Germany have got a very, very good team. Very good team. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm going to say it's probably the most unbelievable thing ever that I'm about to say here. Typical English. We're going to draw 1-1 with Germany and win on penalties. There we go. That's the prediction. That's the headline. We're going to beat Germany on penalties. Brilliant. Moving on now, semi-finals. Spain, Portugal. Two very good teams. Two teams that could go on to do big things in this tournament. And I guess making the semi-finals is a big thing, so I've got them down to do that. Now, which of these teams is the better team? It's not even always down to that, but which team is the better team is a very important part of it. This is really tough. This is really tough. Really tough. Part of me just wants to throw a name out there of which two I think are going to win in these semi-finals, but one of the semi-finals I think is pretty straightforward who's going to win, and I'm not going to have bias in that. But in this first one, Spain, Portugal, what do I think? I'm going to say Portugal. Portugal going to beat Spain 2-1. That's what it's going to be. Spain, decent team. Are Portugal necessarily a better team? I think they probably are. I think probably quite evenly matched teams, to be fair. Quite evenly matched. But I think Portugal, they'll prevail on the day, 2-1 winners, and progress to a Euro final. Brings me on to the other semi-final. France against England. Oh dear. I said I wasn't going to be biased. Am I going to be biased? I don't think I can be. France will beat England 2-1. I don't see us beating France. Already been biased enough to say we'll beat Germany on penalties. I can't throw another one out there, can I? Shall I say we'll beat France on penalties? No. France are going to beat England 2-1. Could see it go in extra time, but we don't have the defence for it. We'll really struggle against a team like France. We'll struggle a lot against Germany. We'll struggle in the group stage. So to say we'll make a semi-final and beat France in it is already wild. So we're not going to beat France. 2-1 defeat, and it will be a rematch of the 2016 final. France against Portugal. But this time, I think it's going to be going to France. I'm going to go 2-1 win for France in the final. I think they're just a better team than Portugal. They're the best team in the tournament, best team in the world, and they're going to bring home a trophy on the international stage for the first time since 2018. And fitting in with that, my top scorer, I'm going to go with Kylian Mbappe, player of the tournament. Kylian Mbappe, dark horse. My dark horse of the tournament, I mean, it's got to be Ukraine or Switzerland. I'll go with Ukraine. Okay. That is going to wrap up my predictions for the Euros. Let's see how abysmally I do. And let's see how England do in this tournament. Can't wait for the Euros to get underway. Got a lot of content planned, and yeah, hopefully I'll be uploading, I'm not going to say daily, because it definitely won't be daily, but at least weekly, hopefully. But yeah, that is going to wrap this up. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.